from the moment that he was born, even though he was relatively early, the team were fairly keen to have some skin on skin immediately, there and then, which obviously has benefits. And I know every time we have the ward rounds in the morning, they mention that the baby had skin on skin, showing that there's those benefits. So I'm Matt.
I'm Claire.
And our baby Otis, who is now just over 2 weeks old. He was born 29 weeks and 5 days, so about 10 and a half weeks premature, pretty much. In the ICU ward, it can be relatively intense because you've got some of the babies are as early as 23 weeks and they're tiny, but even there, I think everybody's, where possible, encouraged to do skin on skin, even though it's a little bit more tricky. We went then into the high dependency unit, which is very similar to the ICU, but a little bit easier to have more skin on skin. And Otis has required less. Now he doesn't have any breathing assistance or any feeding tubes into his hands, whereas before he did. It just makes it easier and easier. And now it's 6 or 7 hours a day. We pretty much have him out.
As a new mum, it's quite hard. That's so little as well. You think, it's not supposed to be like this, but they're really helpful if you need. Because at first it's quite daunting because they're so little and fragile. You think, oh God. But they are very good at making sure that you feel comfortable with the screens, so you can sort of take your clothes off and not worry about. You can feel kind of dignified, and then they're really encouraging. If you're feeling a bit nervous, they're really good at making sure you feel settled. It helps your immune system, it helps them to quite grow quickly. That's amazing with it. Like, I was quite shocked by how beneficial it was. You wouldn't necessarily think that if you didn't know. Because you kind of hear it, don't you, when a baby first comes out, they do skin on skin, but I just thought it was because it was warm and helped them bond. I didn't realise how much it helped them develop, actually, especially if they're premature.
I mean, I still can't wrap my head around it. Quite how important it is and how beneficial it is. But for us, it's just, primarily it's nice. It's nice to be able to cuddle your baby, and it's helping them on so many different levels. The only one that I know of where we can see the benefit directly there is which is probably the most simple, is the body temperature. When you have him on you for a while, you think, oh, maybe he's going to be getting cold, and you've had him out for quite a while, and his temperature's more stable when he's doing skin to skin rather than in the incubator. But yeah, a lot of the other things are harder for us directly to see the impacts, but they're certainly there, and yes, it's so worth it. The nurses and doctors in ICU are absolutely incredible. And they'll ask what you're happy doing, whether you're happy doing the nappies, if you want skin on skin, or what the setup is, and then they're obviously there to help you. If one of us, if we're not together, then they'll help you take them out if you need help and to assist with the skin on skin. Soon you kind of get eased into it, and only at the speed that you're happy with doing, and if you're happy doing it, which most parents obviously you want to be as involved as you possibly can. That's the idea of being a parent. Everybody kind of works as a team. Just the baby's going to stay in hospital for weeks. It'd be really easy to have a disconnect, and that's where the skin on skin and having them out for cuddles is so important. I can't imagine what it would be like without being able to do it whenever you want, because that's where we found that all the bonding has happened, and it starts. Then everything becomes real because you have that physical contact. Whereas, if you just had to look at them through the plastic screen, it'd be really hard to have your mentality set. It is real, that is your baby.